Hello, so good day everyone. I am Mark Angelo Castro, and for today we will talk about the changing global landscape for the 21st century teachers. So, so by the end of this lesson, we are expected to identify the different changes occurring in the global teaching learning landscape, identify the 21st century life and career skills for learners and teachers, and also demonstrate understanding of the UNESCO's 4 pillars of learning as this apply to the 21st century. So, chapter 5, lesson 3 will be divided into 2 parts. And the first part is we will talk about the changing global landscape and the 21st century skills for teachers, and that the second part would be the UNESCO's 4 pillars of learning from the Lord's report, which is learning a treasure from within. Okay, so first, we will discuss the changing global landscape and the 21st century skills for teachers. So, as our society advances, the global landscape also changes, and that it may pose challenges that the 21st century teacher must address. And due to globalization, barriers have been broken by new information and communication technologies, leading us to a world where nations coexist and be interdependent with each other. And so, this led to the creation of what we know as the global standard. So, learnings in the 21st century mostly follows the global standards with necessary changes to adapt to the local landscape, since the common future will still be dependent on the skills, the knowledge, and also the values of the people. Thus, localization or globalization can be the response. So, as future teachers, especially during the 21st century, it is important that we are aware and that we understand the concepts and the new landscape na dala ng nagbabagong panahon and also dala ng advancement of the century. Also, the development of the 21st century skills is a necessary tool for teachers, and that no teacher can survive without these 21st century tools. But the question is why? Bakit importante masyado itong 21st century tools? So basically, these tools are important for teachers to be able to effectively engage students, facilitate learning, and prepare them for the challenges of the digital age. Okay, so it is due to the fact that we can't deny the fact that 21st century is more on digitalization, and also and the use of information and communications technology is widely adapted. Okay, so Zhao 2006, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, as mentioned in CMEO Innotech 2011, identified some key categories of the different changes and developments in the 21st century teaching and also learning. So there are 5 categories listed here, and the first one would be about the new learning environment. Okay, so throughout the years, how we define the learning environment has changed or evolved, and that it is not only limited to the 4 walls of the classroom, but rather extends it to the places and spaces that support learning. It would mean that as long as the environment supports learning and that there is interaction between students and the teacher, we can consider that as a place for learning. Also, furthermore, the new learning environment is also characterized by new teaching approaches, such as the learner-centered approach, where it is more interactive and that promotes critical thinking accompanied by their own personalized learning experience. Additionally, the new learning environment is also characterized by new and borderless spaces. So, shifting away from traditional and physical classroom and by opting to the use of more flexible means in facilitating learning. And also by using different learning tools, so teachers may also enhance the opportunity for students to open their creativity and spark innovations. And also the new learning environment also highly adapts the use of ICT or information and communications technology. An example of this is ating klase right now, which is mostly using online, diba? So next is we have the new learning contents. So as society progresses or develops, learning contents may change due to the demands and the knowledge needed for various purposes. Okay, so with the new learning environment and the explosion of knowledge, content or subject matter of learning has been modified. So again, since nagkaroon ng or we have the new learning environment, so possible na mag-change yung learning contents to be able um, to comply to the standards of the modern world or to the standards brought by globalization. So the new learning contents have the following characteristics. So first, it was modified to be integrated or to be interdisciplinary. So this would mean that this is a combination of different knowledge and skills from multiple disciplines to address complex problems and also to solve real-world challenges. So this aims to develop the critical thinking, the problem solving, and the creativity of students, and also give them a deeper understanding of these concepts. The new learning contents are also demand-driven, which is a type of approach that focuses more on the specific needs, interests, and also the goals of individual learners. It also gives emphasis on how we retrieve knowledge or how we gain knowledge by the use of learning tools. And also, the new learning contents uses a balance of scientific, technological, cultural, global, and also local concepts. And so next, we will talk about the new processes of learning and how they are facilitated. So, with the advancement in the study of the mind and cognition, so yung various process of learning which may involve metacognition, acquisition of knowledge, connecting information, and also elaborating may evolve. So with human intervention of teachers and peers as well, and also the involvement of artificial intelligence. So with these advancements, different processes of learning and the methods to facilitate these have evolved. So since nagkakaroon ng change doon sa processes of learning, so magkakaroon rin ng change doon kung paano fina-facilitate yung learning. So first, we have here the face-to-face learning, which is the traditional way of teaching, diba? So this is when learners and teachers are confined in the same learning space at the same time with the teacher facilitating learning. So ito yung nakasanayan. So bale, before, diba, nung wala pa tayong technology, ICT, so we mostly use face-to-face classes wherein nandun lang tayo sa loob ng room and that learning only happens there. Or limited lang doon sa loob ng classroom yung learning or yung learning space. So next we have distance learning. So this is when teaching learning is mediated by traditional or modules in print or modern technology. It may be online or offline without the physical presence of the teacher in a virtual class. It can be synchronous or asynchronous. So this distance learning, we all experience this, diba? Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, wherein need natin magstay sa ating mga house. So the DepEd opted to use distance learning para maiwasan yung pagkalat ng virus. So in this type of learning, so pwede tayong makakuha ng modules, which is what we experienced, and also pwede rin siya maging online or through virtual classes. Another thing here is the blended modalities. So blended modalities is a mixture of face-to-face and also distance learning, which is ito yung nai-experience natin or ito yung gamit natin ngayon. So as I said, meron tayong face-to-face, meron din tayong distance learning for other days. Next, experiential and lifelong. So this is when learners are immersed into real-life situation such that learning becomes more authentic and meaningful. So, and also, if we experience, diba? If meron na tayong experience, then the next time we do certain things, so dili na kayo tayo nga maglisod. It will not be as hard as the first time since we are already immersed. We already experienced that kind of situation before. So next, we have the new type of learners. So the new breed of learners does not have age boundaries, meaning it is inclusive. So learners may come from different backgrounds. It can be also from different cultures, from different generations. So a diverse mixture of learners. So the new type of learner is characterized as a confident person who thinks independently and critically, and also who communicates effectively. The new type of learner is also self-directed and who questions, also reflects and takes responsibility for his or her own learning. The new type of learner is also a concerned citizen, informed about the world and local affairs, and that has a strong sense of civic responsibility and participates actively in improving the lives of others. Also, they are a member of the new generation, so namely pop culture and also different ways of thinking or responding. So they are very diverse, kumbaga. So again, as I mentioned earlier, the new types of learner are those coming from diverse backgrounds. So in order for every learner to address the challenges of this century, he or she has to develop life and career skills. So these life and career skills are enhanced in schools as part of the learning outcomes. So life and career skills include the following. So number 1, we have the flexibility and adaptability, wherein this refers to us being flexible. Yung marunong tayong mag-adjust depende sa situation, and that we would think creatively and also embrace change, since again development is always there, it doesn't stop. So this life and career skill refers that students should possess skills that involves, being flexible in a sense nga students are able to do multitasking, that kind of stuff. And as 21st century learners, we should be able to adapt, or we should learn to adapt to various changes that will happen or that is already happening to our society. Next, we have initiative and self-direction. So many of the young learners right now are capable of doing things without being told. So meron na tayong initiative, di na ta maghulat nga sultian ta kung sa atong buhaton, and di na nato need nga hatagan pa ka ng specific instructions kung sa atong buhaton, because parang meron na tayong pwede nato siya matawag as common sense, parang ganon. And also, a learner should have self-direction, wherein marunong na siyang pumili kung ano yung gusto niyang path na tatahakin. So basically, dili na nimo need nga istoryahan pa ka sa lain tao kung unsay gusto nila mahitabo sa imuha, but rather you choose kung what type of path or what type of direction you are going, or you want to go through in your life. So next, we have the social and cross-cultural skills. So as 21st century learners, we should be able to develop these skills wherein we need to socialize effectively, and with regards to different cultural differences, wherein we need to be open-minded. We need to be open and understanding other culture, because in reality there are also other cultures aside from kung unsa to imuhang gidakuan nga culture, di ba? So if you learn more, or if you understand, it will be easy to respect, since you understand kung unsa gikan, or asa to gikan ang ilahang types of beliefs, aha to gikan ilahang values, aha gikan ang ilahang behavior. Kaya naabay uban no nga kanang ginajudge ang uban culture, since very different siya from unsa to ilang makasanayan, which is not a life and career skill nga dapat gina-develop sa isa ka 21st century learner, and also at sa 21st century teacher. Okay, so next, here we have productivity and accountability. So productivity is defined as the ability to produce something of value, wherein they possess the efficient use of resources and effective time management, and also have a focused mindset. And also, accountability is defined as the state of being responsible for one's actions or the actions of others. So basically, productivity and accountability is the taking ownership of tasks, also meeting deadlines, and delivering results. So if you possess this type of skill, it is highly likely that you are able to produce results. You are able to produce results, or meron kang end product. So again, that's productivity. And also accountability, when you are tasked to do something, so as a person, you're accountable to produce the results as evidence of a job done. So for example, projects, if may na-assign sa imuha, tapos then you are accountable for that. And if you do not comply with that, then that means you do not possess the skill of accountability. So need pa siyang i-develop. So the last life and career skill is about leadership and responsibility. So leadership refers to the ability to influence and inspire others to achieve a common goal. So a good leader uses interpersonal and problem-solving skills with integrity and ethical behavior to influence and guide others. Leadership and responsibility are life skills that should be developed by all learners and teachers. So as a leader, you are responsible for the outcomes of your decisions and the well-being of those you lead. So leadership is a skill na dapat all of us, even teachers, students and teachers should possess. So as a 21st century learner and a 21st century teacher, leadership should be one of the career and life skills that we should have. So if you are given a chance to lead, then you should not decline, because again, it is a way for you to practice or to develop your leadership skills and also taking responsibility of the results and also sa imuhang mga kauban. Okay, next, so we will continue on the last category of the different changes and developments in the 21st century teaching and learning. Okay, so here we have the new type of teachers. So again, as the new learning environment gradually develops or nagadevelop na siya, so the challenge then is to produce the new type of teachers, wherein those teachers will teach within the context of the new environment. So nagtuturo sila ng new content and the new knowledge, tapos yung new processes na available, such as again yung online classes, use of ICT, learner-centered processes. So it is important for teachers to possess those kind of skills. So again, the new type of teachers must possess the following characteristics. So here we have clear standards and accountability that their learners should know and be able to do at the end of their schooling. So you are responsible of your learners nga meron silang matutunan after school. And also, next, use broad pedagogies including inquiry-based learning, cooperative learning, and other pedagogies. Next, we have skillful. A teacher should be skillful in the integration of ICT in pedagogy, as what I mentioned earlier. The teacher should be skillful in using ICT, since it is very widely used na, or it should be used as a 21st century teacher. Next, a teacher should be skillful in the use of assessment to guide teaching and learning. And next, a teacher should have a great understanding of local and global cultures. Another one is that teachers should be skillful in action research to diagnose and solve classroom problems based on evidence. So as a teacher, you are tasked to have like an action research para malaman mo kung ano yung mga problema and how to give those problems solutions. Next, we have a teacher should practice the core values of inspiring teachers and also develop life and career skills for the 21st century and beyond. So the new type of teacher aims to develop life and career skills for the 21st century, not just from your students but also to yourself. Okay, that will be the end for the first part of this topic, and the next topic will be discussed to you by Mr. Diocaris, which is the UNESCO's 4 Pillars of Learning from Dolores Report. That would be all. Thank you.